What's up, everybody? CJ here, aka Ham Sanity, and welcome to another Pro League game. In this game, we have the Toronto Spartans at home against the Carolina Panthers. I think this isn't going to be, I don't know. I want to say this will be a good game, but the Spartans don't have a lot of firepower really anywhere. They've got a few decent players in different places. For the most part, I would say they're just kind of average, though. Maybe even bad. They might be a bad team. We don't know yet. We haven't seen them play against a lot of teams. Regardless, though, we have the kickoff. And it looks like looks like the Panthers are going to get this one to around the 30-yard line. Oh, and an injury report just for these teams in the game. Panthers so far have no injuries on the season, but a preseason injury was sustained as, nice tackle in the backfield. 4-yard loss on the first play from scrimmage. And that was Faraday coming in to tackle Jonathan Stewart. Anyways, what I was saying, Toronto Spartans halfback Tim Tuchek is out with, I honestly don't remember what the injury is. I wrote up the injury report, but it was a while ago. Go to the website, which is linked in the description, if you want to look at anything like the injury report or the transaction report. And that's where you can find any of that information. So, yeah, they have plenty of backups on the roster, but that's going to be a problem for them. And so we'll see how they fare against this Panthers team. Cam Newton drops back. This is a third down play, and he gets only 3 through the air. Throws this one to McCaffrey out of the backfield. McCaffrey makes the grab, goes straight down. 4th and 12. So a 3-and-out for the Panthers to start off their first possession of the game. And here's the punt. Return here by number 85. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not sure I know who this returner is. I was looking at the rosters before the game, but regardless, let's get this going. Here's Jeb Leary, I believe. No, Jack Leary. Sorry. Here's Jack Leary. Up the gut. Got some room. 7 yards on the first play from scrimmage for Jack Leary. Jack Leary is filling in for Tim Tuchek here. And I believe there's another back, Carladay, who should be getting some touches. We will see. 2nd and 3. Here's Leary again, and Shaq Thompson flies in off the edge and drops him for a no gain. Play clock winding down. Apparently the controller has died, but I went ahead and replaced the batteries, and we're good to go. 3rd and 3. So first 3rd down here for the Spartans. Waxworth drops back to throw. Jack Leary in the flats, and he's going to lose a yard. So this Panthers defense causing what the Toronto defense caused, which is a 3-and-out on the opposing team's first possession of the game. So maybe both of these teams either really good at defense, or both of these teams not a lot of offensive firepower. I think it's too early in this game to figure out which is which, but I think the further this game goes on, we'll be able to tell figure out which one it is. So after the punt, we'll have a 1st and 10 on the Panthers own 32-yard line. Cam Newton takes a snap, hands it off to Christian McCaffrey, and he loses 4. Not very good blocking there. Really good job to get into the backfield and destroy that run. 2nd and 14 after the 4-yard loss by McCaffrey. Cam drops back, looks to throw, throws it to McCaffrey out of the backfield. He throws a defender on the ground and gets the 4 yards back, bringing up a 3rd and 10. Let's look at this one more time. McCaffrey, I want to say, yeah, he runs over a defender completely and then gets taken down. 4-yard gain, 3rd and 10. So 2 plays, 1 play, you lose 4. 2nd down, you gain 4. You're back where you started, but it's 3rd down now. They run the draw to Stewart, and he loses 3. That's -8 yards total on the day. Man, no offense so far here in this game. No first downs so far here in this game. And the Panthers, wow. The Panthers are going to punt the football away to Jake Cohorn. Cohorn on the return. And gets it to around the 38-yard line. The 38. 1st and 10. It's going to be decent field position. And Leary loses a yard. If there's one place that I would say this Panthers defense is good, stopping the run and maybe a little bit of pass rush, but their front 7 is what you need to worry about. Their pass coverage, not so much. Let's see if Waxworth can get some of his receivers open. Here's a first pass for them. Waxworth decides to take off and run with it. Jukes a defender and gets 4, bringing up a 3rd and 8. Luke Kuechly and Luke Kuechly and I want to say that's, yeah, Julius Peppers on the tackle. 3rd and 8. Waxworth fumbles as he's throwing the football. And it looks like it was recovered by the Panthers. Let's see this again. So Julius Peppers with the strip sack. Gets into the backfield. Forces the fumble. And yeah, immediately recovered by the Panthers. Let's look at this one more time. The Panthers sent everybody. Here comes the heavy blitz. Peppers on the left side. Blind side hit. Waxworth didn't see it coming. Ball is immediately dove on and picked up by Shaq Thompson. Panthers now starting in the red zone to start this drive off. Play fake up the middle. Cam Newton left side. It's complete for 16 yards to Devin Funchess. Good play action. Threw the defense off. Nice throw and nice tackle. Panthers will have a 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Panthers with 3 backs after the audible. And that's a touchdown to Kelvin Benjamin, who started out that play lined up a receiver and audibled into the backfield. And then they slipped him out of the backfield. And he makes the grab. He's wide open. Here it is one more time. So here's Kelvin Benjamin. They got 2 wide. He's lined up wide. They motion him in. So now he's playing as a running back. Snap the ball, play fake to Stewart, and no one's even close to Kelvin Benjamin. Touchdown, Panthers. Pretty interesting play there to run Kelvin Benjamin as a halfback or a fullback. And extra point goes through, of course. That's going to be 7-0 Carolina Panthers up against the Toronto Spartans. Here's the kickoff. And here's Cohorn back to return. Got a little bit of room to work with, but ends up getting tackled by the kicker. First and 10 on their own 38. Spartans up the gut to Leary, and the line couldn't create a hole. He just falls right down. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Still on the 38. Looking to cut into the score. They hand it off to Leary. Leary with some room. Leary making some tacklers miss, and he gets 15 on the sweep play. Nice run there from Leary. Good blocking. We're going to have to look at that one again. They didn't want to show us the replay. I'll give it to you one time here at speed. Then we'll go one more time in slow motion. Even got a blocker falling down there, but good job by Jack Leary to navigate through the traffic and get the first down. Here's one more time. Good blocking. One blocker does go down. And when you get, that's Luke Kuechly and Shaq Thompson juked out of the play, you're usually all right. You got 3 more guys coming at him. Can't make the tackle. Really solid job there for 15. Even rolled forward a little bit at the end of the play. Here's Jack Leary up the gut with space, and he gets about 12 yards untouched. So this O-line really holding up. One more time. Blocking is good. He's putting his head down, but no one's coming to make the hit. 12 yards. First and 10 now on the 35 after running the ball successfully a few plays, but this play goes nowhere, which will bring up a 2nd and 10. So now here's 2nd down. Waxworth drops back, throws on the right side. It's caught and complete to Coffee. Coffee, number 11, with a nice grab over the middle, wide open, so that's a good route there. Brings up another first down. So the Spartans are marching here. See if they can score on this drive. Leary goes down, no one touches him, and then finally a defender falls on top of him on the ground, loses a yard. 2nd and 11 now. Quick throw from Waxworth, and it's looking like it's going to get inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. Number 80. Oh, look at Bradbury get drug around. Let's see. Number 80. This is McQuinn. Quickly, Waxworth gets in the ball very quickly right here. Nice move. Good job to not fumble the football right here as the ball looked like it could have came out. Breaks a tackle. Then gets hit decently hard, goes down, but not until picking up 19 yards. Now they're inside the 5. Let's see how the goal line offense operates. And not so good on first down, losing a yard, which will bring up a 2nd and goal from the 5. First quarter about to come to a close. But they are going to get the snap off before the quarter ends, and no gain for Leary up the gut. He had 10 carries in the first quarter. It's a lot of carries in one quarter. 3rd and goal. Throws this one out quick and into traffic, but Sean McQuinn makes the grab, and that's a touchdown. So after the extra point, this score will be all tied at 7. Let's look at it again. Waxworth drops back, has McQuinn on the right side, and there was a corner blitz coming from that side, which is always something that's usually easily taken advantage of in the red zone, but these linebackers did a good job of dropping back. It just didn't matter. They missed the, well, they didn't miss the tackle, but you know what I mean. They missed up in the pass coverage, weren't able to knock the ball out, and results in a touchdown versus a field goal if they could get the stop right there. Extra point is up, and it's good. Cole Stein puts it through. And now here's the kickoff. Cole Stein is going to kick it off to the Panthers. And we're going to see how the Panthers retaliate after giving up the first score of the season. McCaffrey on the return gets it to around the 30. I think across the 30 to the 31. So a lot of these teams not signing good kickers. Like I said in the last game, if you missed the last game, go check it out. It was streamed yesterday around 17 hours ago. You can go check that out on the channel. And this is a 20-yard gain to Devin Funchess. Cam drops back, then steps up. Funchess is wide open. Whoa, what a hit, though. So Funchess might have been wide open, but Funchess doesn't have any strength, I guess. He's getting thrown around like a rag doll. That's the second time he's taken a big hit, and he's only caught the ball twice. 1st and 10 now, right across the 50. Here's Cam, drops back, pressure coming, and that's a completion. No, that's an interception. The safety, Costin, with the pick. So Cam Newton throws his first career interception. Oh, this looks like it got tipped. We're going to have to watch this again. So Cam with 4 wide, drops back, lets this one go across the middle, has a, okay, so not bad coverage here, making Funchess kind of miss this ball. It's really good coverage, and it's tipped up, and the safety, Costin, number 38, comes up, makes the grab. Nice tipped interception. You can't really blame Cam too much for that one. It was a really tough catch. I don't know. I don't really think you can blame a whole lot of things other than just bad placing, bad timing for the Panthers. So now the Spartans are going to start out on their own 32, 1st and 10. Here's Carl Day. First carry of the day goes nowhere. Second and 10. Waxworth drops back, looking to throw. Throws it to the right side. Nice throw, and that's a first down to Eller. Look at this one more time. Waxworth hits his tight end in the flats. That's Eller, the second string tight end. And he gets the first down. So really good pass blocking there, as Waxworth had the time to find the open receiver and make the right decision. So now we got another first down. Leary only getting a yard, as the Panthers show that their front 7 is pretty good at stopping the run. Pretty strong team up front. It looked like he got ankle tackled. Yeah, K'Wan Short jumped back there, grabbed him by the ankles. So here's a 2nd and 9. Nice find by Waxworth, but the receiver drops the ball. So Waxworth, first incompletion of his career, isn't even his fault. He hit his receiver in the hands. Receiver just couldn't hang on to the football, bringing up 3rd and 9. Waxworth drops back. Here comes the pressure. He avoids it, throws a strike on the right side, and Coffee with the grab. Nice play there by the Spartans. You got to credit this pass blocking real fast. Good blocking here, because here comes, I honestly don't know who a linebacker that is. Jenkins? He's not a starting linebacker, but a linebacker breaks through, right through the A-gap. Really good job here by this lineman to pull. Good job by Waxworth to move out of the way. Then he throws the ball on the money. That's the problem with this Panthers defense. If they can't get to the quarterback and get some pressure, you're probably going to be able to get the pass completion or at least have some success in the passing game. So, first down after the first down throw, and Leary gets 2 up the gut. Not a big gain there. 3:30 left in the first half. 2nd and 8. Throws it to Carladay out of the backfield. Carladay with the juke. Gets the first. Another juke and tackled, but not until he gets 14 yards. Another first down for the Spartans team. I may have underestimated Carson Waxworth and the Spartans. Here it is one more time. Drops back. Hits Carladay. Makes the defender miss. Makes another defender miss. Thomas Davis brings down Carladay. So now they're down on the, what is this, the 18-yard line. 1st and 10. Leary. Nice cut at the line of scrimmage, but doesn't really mean anything when you cut right into Luke Kuechly. Only a yard. Yeah, Luke Kuechly just ate up that play. Didn't allow it to go anywhere. 2nd and 9. So here's Waxworth dropping back to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Finds a receiver. And that was Nevlin. Sorry. And Nevlin had it in his hands even after some contact. A lot of contact. But football ends up hitting the ground. I don't know if that was enough for him to drop it. I feel like some people might agree with me and say he should have caught that ball. Waxworth, a lot of time in the pocket, has a receiver, and that's a first down by a few inches. Hits his man Cowder. Waxworth is a quarterback that likes to run, so I'm really surprised here that he's only taken off for to try and scramble one time. He's been holding his poise real well in the pocket. This time they're running a coverage play, so he just gives his receivers time to get open. Nice leaping grab here too, about 2-3 feet in the air. Then Luke Kuechly can't make the tackle, and he just gets across the marker. Really good play there to get a first down. Now it's 1st and goal on the 8. So 8 yards to go for the touchdown. See if they score again. And Leary had a big hole. Probably could have got it down to at least a 3, but didn't have the strength to break through the little hole in the line. And that's going to only get him a yard. Waxworth drops back and gets sacked by Daryl Worley. So Worley came around the edge and then cut back. He got way too far behind the line of scrimmage. Waxworth couldn't even see him coming back there. I'll show it to you one more time. Here's Daryl Worley showing that he's going to blitz. Waxworth drops back and actually does a good job to step up right there. But it doesn't matter because Jack Leary doesn't do a great job on the block here. Worley slips right past him and he goes down. Thomas Davis might have had the sack anyways. Regardless, 3rd and goal from the 13-yard line. Waxworth drops back to throw as expected. He's got a man kind of open. And he goes down after losing 19. So couldn't find anybody open and decides not to throw it away. Decides to try and run with it. And they're going to have to settle for a field goal here. But if Cole Stein can make it, this is going to give them the lead. Cole Stein lets it go. Takes a nice curve, but it doesn't matter. It's short. And McCaffrey returns it out of the end zone. Only gets it to the 8, so that might have been a mistake. But let's look at the Do that ball cam. Yeah, here we go. So here's the kick. On its way there and just way short. Gonna bring up a turnover on downs. Now 1st and 10 from their own 8 and a screen to Kelvin Benjamin, but he loses a yard. Cam Newton actually almost got sacked on the play, but ends up throwing the ball for -1 yard anyways. Brings up 2nd and 11 from the 7, so not a good situation here for this Panthers team. Spartans looking to prevent any success here, because you know the Spartans want to try and get a score right before the half to take the lead. Panthers apparently burning clock, and they're running a goal line set here. 3 tight ends, a fullback, and a halfback. Cam Newton drops back to throw. He's still got time. He's in the end zone, hit as he throws and gets the completion to Dixon for 3 yards. So here it is again. He's about to take a sack. Still takes the hit. And his man, Ed Dixon, 2nd string tight end, wide open over the middle. That was a long play. 3rd and 8. It's a lot of time still on the clock. You got to wonder why they're trying to burn the clock. And play clock gets down to 2. Ball's finally snapped. They're going to pass it. So they burn the clock and then pass. And they get the completion for 14 yards. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But I guess it is what it is. And that's going to move us. They don't call a timeout. So I guess they're still trying to burn the clock. I just don't know why they didn't run the ball. But hey, they got the 1st down. Here's a screen, and that might have been pass interference. So Jonathan Stewart doesn't run the route right on the screen right here and ends up going down way before the ball gets to him. Some uncalled PI maybe? Not exactly sure, but that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. 30 seconds left in the 1st half. Cam, looking across the middle, finds Curtis Samuel. That's going to put them inches short of the 1st down marker. And they're now calling a timeout after burning the clock earlier in this game, earlier in this half, just over a minute ago. Now they're calling timeouts. Here comes Cam. Throws the pass. Obviously completed, and it must be going. It's going! Who is that? Down the side, touchdown to Christian McCaffrey. With 17 seconds left on the clock, they went from burning the clock to throwing a, what was that, 60-plus yard touchdown? We're going to watch the whole play again from the beginning. I guess we'll go, yeah, Christian McCaffrey. So Christian McCaffrey, 2nd string halfback, 4th string receiver, lined up at receiver here. Ball is snapped. Runs a little bit of a corner. Nice catch, bad tackle there by the safety. Here comes Kelvin Benjamin, throws a perfect block. That's a beautiful block. Let's just look at it from speed. Makes the grab, missed tackle, perfect block from Benjamin. Off to the races, and he's got too much speed. Christian McCaffrey all the way to the house. From, I believe, 67 yards? Nice play there with only 17 seconds left in the clock. I was questioning why the Panthers were burning the clock. Maybe they knew what they were doing. Trying to not leave any time for the Spartans to score. So the lead is now extended 14-7 after the Graham Gano extra point. And only 17 seconds on the clock. I don't see any way the Spartans could score other than one big play. Or maybe 2. Let's see what happens. Poor kickoff. Cohorn Gets it about as far as he can. Goes down. 12 seconds on the clock. And they're down on their own 36-yard line. So here's a throw, and that's Cohorn losing 3. And only 7 seconds on the clock. Timeout is called by the Spartans. So not a lot of time to work here. I don't know what the goal was with that play. Not sure why they had to throw that route. Not really going a whole lot of places. And Waxworth hits his man on the left side, and Coffee makes the grab, gets out of bounds, but he doesn't have enough time. End of the half. So a nice play there, nice completion. You know they wanted to get out with about a second left and then try to get an easier play. But there's nothing. So, halftime. Panthers are up 14-7 against the Spartans. Looking at the statistics, the Panthers actually have negative 12 rushing yards, but they're still winning here due to 2 passing touchdowns versus the Spartans' 1 touchdown. Looking at the player stats, Waxworth 115 yards and a touchdown, 83% completion percentage. That's pretty solid. But you got to remember this Panthers defense, not a whole lot working for them when it comes to pass coverage. Other side, same exact completion percentage, but 2 touchdowns, an interception, and 139 yards for Cam Newton. Running the ball, negative 12 yards combined for Stewart and McCaffrey for the Panthers. And then you look at the Spartans, Leary got 35, Waxworth has 4, and Carladay 1 carry for no yardage. Receiving, Coffee 61 yards, and McQuinn has the touchdown. Panthers, McCaffrey 1 catch for 67 yards and a touchdown. Funches has 36 yards, and Benjamin short yardage grabs, but he has a touchdown. So that'll get us kicked off here in the second half. Panthers are going to kick off to the Spartans. Let's see if the Spartans, now with time on their hands, can retaliate and get themselves a score. This is a pretty good game. That's kind of what I anticipated. I would consider both these teams to be a little bit lower tier. So here's the play. And Waxworth is going to take off. He gets the first. He makes some defenders miss, gets more yardage. He's still going down the sideline. Carson Waxworth all the way. First play of the second half. 66-yard touchdown for Carson Waxworth. Untouched. He didn't break a single tackle because they couldn't touch him. That's dangerous speed at the quarterback position. Here the replay is one time at speed, and then I might give it to you one more time in slow motion. Waxworth. Here comes Luke Kuechly up the middle, and that's just good timing to take off and turn. Makes Luke Kuechly miss. Out here running sideline. That's 3 defenders he jukes out. 4, 5, and no one's going to catch him. It's really 6 defenders if you include how he made Kuechly fall down. Take off. Made Kuechly fall down in the backfield. So here it is again. Luke Kuechly shoots through the gap, and he just takes off, starts running. Carson Waxworth is a pure athlete build for a quarterback. There's a juke, and 2 extra defenders go down. Here's another juke, and an extra defender goes down. Nice block there. And nobody's going to catch Waxworth after he makes all those defenders miss, and he runs his way into the end zone. Touchdown Spartans. This game is all tied up at 14 after Cole Stein makes this field goal. This extra point, I should say. Cole Stein's kick is up. Extra point is good. We're all knotted up at 14. See how the Panthers retaliate. This game has been pretty good. Pretty back and forth. I don't think these teams really have a whole lot of standout players anywhere on either side of the ball. These teams got a few. I think Waxworth just showed how valuable he is to this team with a 66-yard rushing touchdown. Once again, got to go back and touch on that. Your quarterback, if your quarterback can take off for 66 yards, I don't care how bad the other team's defense is. That's impressive. And this Panthers defense, pretty good, at least on the inside. Anyways, here's Panthers possession. Jonathan Stewart gets a yard, which for him, that's pretty good considering going into that run, he had -8 yards on the day. Although the score is tied up at 14, and other than Carson Waxworth, I think this Panthers team is better than the Spartans, and I think they have a chance, pretty good chance to win this game. Play fake from Newton, steps up in the pocket, strike to the right side, caught for 25 yards by Kelvin Benjamin. Let's look at that replay again. Like I was saying, I think that this Panthers team is better than the Spartans, and I think but the main way for them to win this game is they got to get some more offense from some more places, like better at running the ball or more throws like this. This is a nice throw here. It's man coverage right here with some safety help over the top. And look where Cam puts the ball. I don't know if this is his route or Cam's ball placement, but he turns as soon as Cam throws the ball. I'm thinking Cam just plays this ball perfectly on the sideline, which gave Benjamin more space to catch the ball and more space to get away from the safety. 25 yards through the air, and the Panthers are now across the 50, down on the Toronto 42-yard line. Play fake Newton. Newton looking to throw. Left side caught by Benjamin. 31 yards. Benjamin already got his touchdown in the first half. Now he's picking up the yardage here in the second half. Back-to-back big plays for Kelvin Benjamin. I just said their offense needs to come from somewhere. Here it is. Benjamin running right at the corner. Ball hits him in stride. Good placement. Not the best coverage. And then there comes a safety over the top. Makes the play. Down on the 12. Down on the 12-yard line. Let's see if the Panthers can punch it in here in this red zone possession, or if they'll end up settling for 3. Panthers play fake. They like to play action. Cam gets hit and he throws it in the dirt. I think that's intentional grounding. It is. They call intentional grounding on Cam, and made perfect sense. He threw it in the dirt. No one was around the ball. The pressure did get to Cam, forcing him to throw it away, but he hadn't left the tackle box. And that was nowhere near Greg Olsen. You could have made a case that it was because he got hit, but if you look at him, he actually hasn't even fallen off of his balance yet until after the throw is made. So, I think that's a good call. Not going to argue with it. Sometimes Backbreaker has some iffy calls, but that's good with me, that call right there. Here's the second down. They finally hand it to Stewart, and he gains 9 on the 2nd and 20 play. Good run up the gut. They've been play faking to Stewart for the longest. And then they hand it to Stewart and they say go. Blocking is really good up the middle. 9 yards. 3rd and 11. They line up in that goal line set. Goal line set on 3rd and 11 from the 13. Not quite goal line ready. Cam gets sacked by Faraday. So Cam tried to roll out right, ran right into Faraday, and that's going to result in 4th down. This field goal is most likely makeable. They're on Toronto's 19, 4th and 18. They kick it up, and it is good. Graham Gano hits from 40, and the Panthers take a lead by 3. So after the field goal, here's Graham Gano to kick it, and he kicks this one off. It's not even going to get to the 18. Gets to the 19. Cohorn gets across the 30. He tries to run away from Julius Peppers, but that's a little bit more difficult to do than it is to say. 1st and 10 Toronto from their own 32. Leary up the gut, and he's only going to get 2. Looked like a nice hole there, but it closed up quickly. I believe that was K1 Short. No, that was I'm not sure who that was. Kyle Love, maybe? Yes, that's Kyle Love. That's a third string D tackle. Big play there. Second down, and there's only 1 yard to be found for Leary, which brings up a 3rd and 7. He hasn't had a whole lot of success today on the ground, which makes sense. He is technically the 3rd string back on this team, as Tim Tuchek did go down with an injury before the season starts. Here's the 3rd down play. And Waxworth is just going to run for it. He's got 1 man in front of him. Luke Kuechly makes him miss, makes a few more miss. Kuechly actually comes up from behind to make the tackle. That's how valuable Waxworth is to this team. Didn't see anything he liked in the passing game. The coverage was good. The route was run poorly at the route he was looking at. But it didn't matter. He just made the play with his legs. That versatility is probably the only main advantage that they have offensively versus a lot of other teams. Nice hit there from Kuechly from behind, right in the spleen. No, liver. I don't know. 1st and 10 after the big gain, 19 yards from Waxworth running. And here's Leary. Little bit of a hole, gets 4. Not a bad run there from Leary. Jack Leary's first career start after Tim Tuchek goes down with injury. Second and 6. Throw over the middle. Incomplete. And there's a flag down on the field. Defensive pass interference called on Captain Munnerlyn. And although that was not the intended receiver, I see what they're trying to call there. And that penalty is going to be accepted. Attempts to throw this one to Faraday. There's a lot of Faradays and Learys. All kind of a family member thing, how this team was assembled. I did not make this Spartans team. It was sent in to me. So I am not a Faraday or a Leary if anyone asks. Here's the 1st and 10 after the penalty, and you got a wide open receiver down the field and can't make a defender miss. Mike Adams coming up on the tackle. Regardless, nice 1st down throw here. No replay shown, so I will show it again. The play got flipped. Waxworth throws it, and this man is wide open. Faraday again. Good job to keep the feet inbounds. Arm tackle. Got him in the knee, and he went down. 1st and 10 from the 14. Waxworth drops back. Throws it to his man on the side, and incomplete. I think that was a little behind the receiver. Or maybe the receiver ran his route a little too... maybe he should have ran his route a little deeper. I'm not sure. Regardless, it's 2nd and 10 now after the incomplete pass. Waxworth drops back, looking to throw. Throws it to the right side, and he can't hold on to the football. That was Coffee. Throws it to Coffee on the right side. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that right. I could be wrong. And I don't want to say this is good coverage because he dropped the football before he was even touched. If Coffee makes that grab, he probably scores a touchdown. But instead, falls incomplete. We have a 3rd and 10. Waxworth drops back. Pressure coming. Pressure on its way. And he gets sacked by Mike Adams, the safety. Didn't see Mike Adams come in. Thought he had a lane to the left side. And he goes down. That's going to bring up 4th and 23. And a field goal was made from, I think, a little bit further than this by Colstein earlier in this game. So, no, he missed the field goal earlier. He didn't have the leg. Let's see. This one does go through from 48 yards, so not bad. Not a crazy difficult kick, but we're going to have to look at it again, look at the ball. I want to see how close he got, or how close he got to missing, considering he had missed the kick earlier. Oh, this barely goes in from 48. Don't know if you can see that. I'm talking. He almost. If that was 1 yard deeper, I feel like he misses that off the hitting the goalpost. Either way, it goes through. Holstein ties it up at 17. And now we have kickoff from the Panthers. We'll get the ball. McCaffrey gets this one across the 30 to the 36. With 1 minute, 7 seconds left here in the third quarter, this is looking like a good game. Cam Newton takes the snap, hands it to McCaffrey, and McCaffrey gets 2. McCaffrey up the gut, does what he can, throwing his body forward. Nothing much on the ground. 2nd and 8. Panthers have 1 receiver with 3 backs and a tight end. And Stewart up the gut only gets 2. So McCaffrey up the gut, 2-yard gain. Then Stewart up the gut, 2-yard gain. You got to quit getting those 2-yard gains if they want to get a first down. Here's 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6, they line up with the 3 tight end. I form. And hits Olsen. Olsen fumbles, and it's recovered by the Spartans. So a few turnovers for the Panthers. I said earlier, I think this Panthers team is a better team, but they haven't been able to hold on to the football. Ooh, that's a nice hit to pop the ball out, too. We'll look at it another time. But I think Cam's already thrown, what, 1 interception or 2? I think it's just 1. But regardless, throws an interception. This time he hits Olsen. Nice play, nice grab, and then bam. Who made that hit? Costin. Costin had the interception earlier off the tip, and now he gets the forced fumble. And it's recovered by the Spartans immediately. So now they start just on their side of the 50. Spartans run up the gut. Leary only gets 1. Not having a horrible day running. It's not that bad. He just hasn't had that standout type of day. He has been the replacement back for Tim Tuchek, who I mentioned earlier, did go down in preseason with a injury. And Leary again up the gut, this time also only getting 1. So after 2 1-yard runs, I'm thinking you got to throw the ball here. Let's see what the Spartans do here on 3rd and 8. Game's tied up at 17. We're 25 seconds away from the third quarter. Here's Carladay, right side, only gets a yard. Had a decent size hole. Not even a hole, it was just the whole field had opened up on the right side. But I guess Carladay doesn't have the speed or the strength to get through the tackle or the speed to go around it. Goes down after 1. You got to question that play call there. 3 straight runs, all for only a yard. Regardless, here's the punt on 4th. By Blue. McCaffrey with the juke. Made a few defenders miss, it looked like. That actually ended the third quarter. And the Panthers will start out on their own 26-yard line. Fourth quarter starting. We're all tied up here at 17 if you're just joining us. And there is Jonathan Stewart. Looked like he was fighting. Did not want to go down. Let's look at it again. Look at the yardage comparison. 189 passing yards to what was that, 4 rushing yards? And yes, look at this again. Stewart looked like he carried a defender on his back. So they run the counter. Blocking's good. And here's the mistake. Andrew Norwell turns around and runs right into Stewart. Then he runs into, who is this? Ty Turner. He can't get anything. And then look at this. He carries a defender. That's strength. And even hurdles with the defender on his back. Now, I don't know why he hurdled. He just set himself up to kind of take a hit there. But regardless, he drug a defender almost 2 yards. Pretty tough run there to only pick up 2, but that's what happens, and it's 2nd and 8. Here's the stretch play. No, it's a fake, and Cam goes down. Runs the play fake, but it doesn't fake out the defense. Palmer bringing down Newton in the backfield. 2nd and 8 is manageable, but after this sack, 3rd and long, going to be a little bit tougher of a situation. He went down immediately after the play fake. 3rd and 14. Let's see what the Panthers do here. They line up with 2 running backs in the backfield, and they hand it to one of them. That's Stewart, and he only gets 3. So 3rd and 14, tie game early in the 4th quarter. Both of these teams kind of making questionable calls, running the football in a lot of situations where you would think they'd want to pass it, especially with the way that they've been passing. Both teams have had pretty decent success passing the football. Regardless, once again, the run on 3rd goes nowhere, and they'll punt the ball right back. So quick possession by the Panthers. And the Spartans will now take over. Return gets it across the 43-yard line. Let's see what the Spartans do here. 1st and 10. Hand it off to Leary. Leary slips through some defenders, but only gets 3. Drugged down to the ground quickly. Now, the Spartans, on the other hand, have had a little bit more success running than passing, but that's because their quarterback has probably rushed for over 80 yards, over 90 yards today, and he got 66 of those yards in one play. So that's not really a play calling thing. Here's a run up the gut, and Leary had a lot of room. Kuechly even kind of moved out of the way, I guess, to take a better angle as he saw the block coming. And Leary gets 4. Pretty good gain there for Leary. He's been decently consistent. 3rd and 4 now. 1 yard away from crossing the 50-yard line. And here's the run. They get that 1 yard to cross the 50, but they needed 4 yards to cross the 1st down marker. And that's going to bring up 4th down. So after the failed 3rd down conversion, the Spartans punt team out to punt this ball away. McCaffrey back deep to return it. He's going to return this from around his own 15-yard line, gets it to the 25, I believe, and then goes down. Yes, 25-yard line. And let's see what the Panthers do. So a lot of punting, a lot more punting the more this game goes on. And that's a bad trend if you're trying to, we want somebody to win this game. No one likes to see a tie. And here's a big run for 13 yards by Jonathan Stewart. This is what I was talking about earlier. They're going to have to get some sort of something going. By them, I mean the Panthers, if they want to win this game. Their last possession, they kind of had something going, and then Greg Olsen fumbled. No, sorry. I want to say that's the possession they punted. Yeah, last possession they punted. 2 possessions ago, Greg Olsen fumbled. So not a lot of success for them. Here's Cam Newton. Jumps, throws, and it's complete to Funches. Left side for 20 yards. Here it is again. He jumps into the throw. And Funches, hey, look at this one. Funches fights and then gets tackled. That safety has been eating Funches' lunch all day with these big hits. So this time, good job by Funches not to get blown up. But also a really good job by Funches to pick up the big yardage. They cross the 50. 1st and 10 Panthers. They're running the draw to McCaffrey, and he only gets a yard. So McCaffrey did have that really long receiving touchdown today. But his rushing stats, not so good. So here is 2nd and 9. After the rush on 1st down, Panthers go back to the run on 2nd. They're going to get the 1st down barely. Stewart picking up 9. So early in this game, these Panthers halfbacks, Panthers running backs not doing so good. And here, Jonathan Stewart has stepped up in the run game. I say not doing good. Like I said, McCaffrey had that long catch, but other than that, they haven't done too well in the running game. Now, picking it up here in the third, and they're going to go to the draw again, but this time Stewart hitting the backfield right as he gets the football, loses two. I guess Gerhard was back there. Number 91. Yep, that's who it was. Went back there and blew the play up completely. 2nd and 12. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock here in this game. Greg Olsen flipping sides. They're going to run the draw again to Stewart, and he gets 4. So they really tried to ride Jonathan Stewart's coattails on this possession. And now it's 3rd and 9. I don't think you can run the ball here unless you just really have faith in your back. I think you got to throw the ball here. Nope, they go to the counter, and he only gets a yard. 4th and 10. Now, I do understand, though, you're playing it safe. Maybe that's what they're going for, because they are in field goal range. They've made a field goal from shorter than this distance today. Let's see if Graham Gano can make it. They're down on the 32, and the 2-minute warning hits. So 2-minute warning hits, and the score is all knotted up at 17. And this kick looks like it's not going to make it. It's short. Graham Gano's kick is short by at least a yard, maybe 2-3 yards short. So Graham Gano did not have the leg. They played it conservative, decided they wanted to try the field goal, and I don't know if it's early in the season and they don't know their field goal kickers. Ficker? It's a horrible word. I don't know if they know their field goal kicker's leg strength or what the problem is. But regardless, turnover on downs. So here's the Spartans now. Waxworth drops back in the pocket. He's going to take off to the right side. 3 defenders in front. Makes 2 miss. Gets 2 yards on the ground. And then goes down. So after the 2-yard gain, Waxworth kind of took a little hit. Not too bad, though. That's going to bring up 2nd and 8. Waxworth throws this one quickly out to the left side. And this is McQuinn once again. 16 yards through the air. He ran that route earlier in this game for that big, I think, 20-plus yard catch. And here's a 16-yard grab from McQuinn. That's going to bring up another first down. The Panthers lining up with 7 defensive backs. So let's see what the play call is here. And Waxworth gets hit, sacked by Luke Kuechly. He loses, what, 18 yards? Or no, sorry, 8? No, yeah, I think it was 18 yards. I'm not sure what just happened. It looked like he was starting to jump to throw the ball away, but Luke Kuechly, too much speed. And yes, he did lose 18 yards. It's 2nd and 28. So do you try 2 times to go for the big shot and get the first down, or do you break it down in 2 chunks? Let's see what they opt to do. Waxworth had Leary open out of the backfield, but throws it above his head. Too high. 3rd and 28 coming up. I don't think they're going to be able to get out of this hole. I'd be lying to you if I said that I think it's possible, because I don't. But, I mean, hey, let's see what happens. Waxworth drops back, throws to the left side, caught by number 82. Faraday gets the first down after picking up 30. So Carson Waxworth proves me wrong. I say they can't get it on 3rd and 28. And he throws a strike to Faraday on the corner route. And they pick up the first down on 3rd and 28. Crazy play. Here it is one more time. Waxworth left side. Faraday, all Faraday has to do is make the wide open grab and make one tackler miss. He does it with ease and then picks up the first down. 46 seconds on the clock. No timeouts have been called. Waxworth drops back, looking left. He throws. It's caught by Coffee, and Coffee goes down after making a defender miss and picking up 17 yards. So, Waxworth here in the clutch, tearing this defense apart. And no timeouts called. They're down around the 20. So I think they're going to play the smart, do the smart thing. They're going to run this ball one time, call a timeout with 1 second left, and make the field goal to end the game. So this game was close. I expected it to be kind of close. I'm not going to call it over yet. There could be a fumble. Here's Leary up the gut. Panthers saw it coming, of course. K1 short flies into the backfield. 2-yard loss. Nice tackle there. Solo tackle. K1 short can't be contained by the O-line. But it doesn't matter. Clock is winding down. We hit 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and a timeout is called with 2 seconds on the clock by the Spartans. They're going to line up for this field goal by Colstein. Let's see if he can hit it. Colstein's kick is up. It curves, headed in, and it goes through with no time left on the clock. Roger Colstein with his first career game-winning field goal. And that's the end of this game. Final score, Toronto Spartans 20, Carolina Panthers 17. Looking at the stats for this game. Carson Waxworth, actually, before we look at the stats. Carson Waxworth, offensive player of the game, and he gets player of the game. Jurek Faraday, defensive player of the game. That's the left D end. Both of these teams played well against each other today, but the Spartans came out on top. Team stats. Panthers finally got positive when it comes to rushing yards. Finished with 203 passing yards. So they actually won the battle in passing yards compared to the Spartans, 144. But the Spartans had 142 passing yards, and their quarterback, Carson Waxworth, had a lot to do with it. Good game there. Ends on the field goal. And let's go ahead and move on to the player stats. Carson Waxworth, exactly 200 yards passing, 70% completion percentage, 1 touchdown throwing, no picks. His only flaw, I would say, is he took 5 sacks, but he led his team to the win and had a bunch of rushing yards. Let's go ahead and look at that. 91 rushing yards on 4 carries. The 66-yard touchdown, I think that's the game changer right there. Carson Waxworth did a great job leading his team to victory. Looking at the rushing stats, Leary, 50 yards on 23 carries. It's not that good, but, you know, he's not that great of a back. Oh, I forgot to throw in Waxworth did have a fumble at one point. She got recovered by the Panthers. Carladay, 2 carries, 1 yard. Looking at the Panthers, Cam Newton, 87.5% completion percentage. He only threw 2 incomplete passes, and one of them got tipped up and picked off for a pick. So great completion percentage. 215 yards isn't that bad. It's pretty good. And 2 touchdowns and a pick. He had a pretty decent game throwing the ball, especially considered he only threw the ball 16 times. It's pretty good statistically. Running, Jonathan Stewart, 13 carries, 32 yards. McCaffrey had 3 carries for -1 yard. So they didn't do as well running the ball, obviously. I think that's the difference in the game. Looking at the receiving stats, Coffee, 78 yards. He made some big plays. Faraday, 52. And McQuinn, 40 yards and a touchdown. Looking at the Panthers, you got Benjamin with 72 yards and a touchdown. McCaffrey with a 67-yard grab for a touchdown. And Funchess, 56 yards. And you have to throw this. There's 2 different McCaffreys here because you got the halfback McCaffrey and the receiver. But they're the same player in a sense. They have the same ratings. They just line up at different positions. So I'll add these stats together when I put the stats in the stat books. The only surprising thing here is Greg Olsen, 1 catch, 0 yards. And he fumbled that 1 catch. That's why I went for 0 yards. He got a grab. And in backbreaker, they don't give you any yards if you fumble on the play, but they still give you a catch. So 1 catch, 1 fumble. Tackles, there's the Spartans stats. Faraday had a sack. Palmer had a sack. Good amount of forced fumbles. Coleman, Hostin, McEverett, all forcing fumbles. Looking at the Panthers, Charles Johnson, Luke Kuechly, Julius Peppers, Mike Adams, and Daryl Worley all getting sacks. And forced fumble from Julius Peppers as well on that sack. And interceptions, Costin had 1 interception for the Spartans. Field goals, both field goal kickers missed a field goal. And, well, these stats are a little bit backwards. It says from 1 to 29. I think the stats are flipped. But regardless, they both missed a field goal that was a little too long. And Graham Gano's field goal would have sent the game, would have gave them the lead, which be a whole different game if he makes it. But he misses, and Colstein ended up hitting the game winner. Here is the punt return stats. Pause if you care. And now the here's the kick return stats for the Panthers. Here it is for the Spartans. Once again, there's the same player name popping up. That is the same player. They're just that's the receiver version and the kick return version. I will combine their stats when I'm putting the stats in the stat books. That's it for this game. Thank you for sticking around. Thanks for watching the game. If you're watching this after it's been over, thank you for watching the game. I may stream another one today, may not. I'm not sure. The next game that will be matched up against is the Tartarville Grumpy Cats are going to go to Los Angeles to face the Chargers. So that'll be an interesting game. And yeah, into this game, 2017, Spartans over the Panthers. I hope you enjoyed. And I will see y'all in the next stream.